Good morning and welcome to day 4. So we're in Sitka today. So what we've done, or what we will be doing, is we are doing what we call the nature treble. So that is, we're going to go out on a boat first, and we're going to have a look around Sitka Sound, see what we can find, sort of nature and wildlife, whales, otters, maybe some raptors, that sort of thing. So that's what we're doing today. And then from then we are then going to a raptor centre where they rehabilitate raptors. So that could be anything from an owl right the way through to a bald eagle. So and then from there we're going on to like a bear rescue centre as well, where obviously bears that have lost their parents have been orphaned, so they get taken in and then rehabilitated there. So that's the plan for today. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't do an outro yesterday. It was a little bit crazy. So obviously after everything that we did yesterday, we went down and did the 80s music quiz. It was out of 50. I did all right. I got 38. Didn't win, but it was fun. Managed to get myself into a little bit of not trouble, but marking somebody's paper, and they didn't like the fact that they lost points because they didn't write the correct answers down, or the full answers, we shall say. Not my fault. I did check it with the Happenings cast, and they're the ones that have said that that wasn't the case, so be it, out of my hands. But controversy follows me wherever I go, by it seems. So and then after that we sort of we came back to the cabin, decided that we were actually quite tired, and obviously we've sort of been unwell and all that sort of thing. It sort of just took its toll on us. So we got a little bit of room service, which I must say I was really impressed with. Only got a burger and some cheese and chips and stuff like that, but it was lovely. Watched a couple of films, watched The Housemaid, and then watched an absolute classic, Major League. So that was good fun. So that's what we did last night. So again, apologies there was no outro done, but there will definitely be one again tonight. This evening, obviously, once we get back, we got dinner at Gumbae. So I'm looking forward to that, bit of Korean barbecue. So obviously a little bit of drinking games and just sort of a fun evening ahead. And then we got a couple of shows to watch this evening. I don't know what the situation is regarding shows and filming, so I will try and sneak in some clips of it if I possibly can, but no guarantee, but I would endeavour to do my best regarding that. And then obviously I will, once all that's happened, or once we've done that, I'll be back to obviously later on, just to close, make sure I actually close this one off properly, and then we'll talk about briefly what's happening tomorrow. But thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy the footage.
I'd rather make sure I grab my stool. I'll hang on to it right now. Perfect, thank you. Excuse me, guys. I'll go one off right here. These are all the shops and whatnot. Yeah.
All right, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Very good. Very excited to be with you this morning. Welcome aboard the St. Eugene. As we're beginning our journey, I do like to do a couple of things. I'd like to introduce our crew to you guys. That's who's going to be serving you on this vessel. Also, this is a Coast Guard regulated boat, so we are going to go over some safety regulations as well. I promise it'll be really fun. But to go ahead and introduce you to our crew, my name is Brooke. I'm going to be your naturalist, so I'm going to be telling you all about the wildlife that we're going to be seeing today. If everybody look towards the back. And everybody up front, I promise you'll get to see all of our members throughout the day, all of our crew. But in the back we have Cora, who is waving right now. That's our deckhand, one of our deckhands. And then we have Abby in our galley. She's going to be our guest sir, getting you all of your drinks and snacks that you may need as well. Up top, we also have our other deckhand, Carter. And then, of course, we have Captain Greg, who's going to be navigating us around the Sitka Sound. So that's who's going to be on board with you today. Now, our entire crew is trained to keep you safe in the event of any emergency. So just a couple of things to note around the boat. On either side of myself, towards the bow or the front of the boat, we have 2 emergency exits. And then if you look back towards the stern, over here, we do have another emergency exit over there. We also have key locations where we have our fire extinguishers. So if you see fire or smoke, let a crew member know. But if we see any smoke coming out of your mouth at any given time, we're going to assume you're on fire and use all of those fire extinguishers to put you out. So please, no smoking aboard the St. Eugene today. If you look towards the bow of the boat, we have some nice life rafts up there, but of course we would not ask you to jump into those life rafts just in case our vessel decides to take a career change and turn into a submarine. We would not ask you to jump into those life rafts without donning the latest and greatest life jackets. Those are up under your seats, and I have both of our deckhands coming up to show you how to put them on. Give it up for Cora and Carter. Alright, so to start this out, we're going to unclip that line of our life jacket here, and we're going to let it fall to the ground. We're then going to pull those orange pieces apart and slip it right over our head. You're then going to wrap that line all the way around your back and clip it right back at the front. And then lastly, you're just going to cinch it down nice and tight. And then you are ready to jump into the Sitka Sound. Wonderful! Thank you to our deckhands here. Appreciate it, guys. Alright, now I'm just kidding. This is not a swimming excursion at all, okay? The average temperature of the water is about 45 degrees, so we don't want anybody jumping into the water. But if someone did on this excursion, I want you to point, scream, let a crew member know, and of course keep your eyes on that person. And we're going to yell, man overboard, right? Because a woman would never go overboard. Lastly, we do have marine heads on this vessel. That's what we call our bathrooms. They're a little bit more sensitive than what we have at home. So we like to say if it hasn't gone through your head, do not put it in our heads. So just be nice to our toilets on the St. Eugene. You'll be hearing quite a bit from me throughout our journey, so I am going to send it up to Captain Greg. That's pretty much all of the noteworthy things, just safety regulations that we're going to go over for now. And Captain Greg's going to tell you a little bit about our journey today. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Brooke, and good morning, everybody. Welcome once again aboard the St. Eugene. Welcome to Sitka, Alaska. So, as we're making our way out of the cruise terminal here, I am going to start picking up speed. Just want to take this opportunity to remind everybody the importance of keeping one hand free when you're on the sea. This allows you to steady yourself against a seatback or railing in the event of any unexpected turbulence. Now, it might be nice and calm in here, folks, but during our time together, we are going to be exploring all over the Sitka Sound, and there may be some little windows where we're taking on some of the more activity of the open ocean. So we just want you all to be prepared, have a nice, safe trip together. So please keep the one hand free to maintain 3 points of contact. Now, as I've just kind of mentioned here, our destination today is the Sitka Sound and all of the barrier islands that lie within. So we're going to be cruising around together for the next 2.5 hours in search of some wildlife encounters. Now, when I say wildlife, folks, I do use that word very intentionally. These are wild animals we're looking for on today's tour. We don't have any paid actors out here in the Sitka Sound, unfortunately. So they could be popping up anywhere at any time. Now, myself and the crew, of course, are going to be keeping our eyes peeled all around the vessel at all times, try and find you the best sightings possible. But you may have noticed there are a lot more of you on board than there are of us. So if one of you sees something before one of us does, please feel free to let a crew member know. As we're pointing things out today, we are going to be using a clockwise system that turns the boat into a giant circle, with 12 o'clock being off the bow or the front of the vessel, 3 o'clock off the starboard or right-hand side, 6 o'clock is the back or the stern of the vessel, and of course 9 o'clock is off the ports or left-hand side. And you can also fill in all the numbers in between as well. So we're up to cruising speed now here, folks. I am going to hand the mic down to Abby in the galley. She has a short message for you about our onboard refreshments.
Good morning, everybody. It's Abby back at the galley. Just to let you guys know, all our beverages are complimentary on this tour, but we do have hot cocoa, coffee, tea. We also have some sodas and our Alaskan beers. We also have some other Alaskan products and some snacks if you guys would like to come back and see what we have.
We just had the perfect angle on that fluke up dive. You got to see the bright white underside of those tail flukes with the black dots on it. That's a pretty great angle there, folks, because the underside of their flukes, that pattern is actually going to be something that's completely unique and specific to this individual whale. It's kind of like our human fingerprints. So when we get that shot, anyone got that photograph, you're going to know exactly which whale this is. So there's a way for any of us on board to do that. A website that you can go to called happywhale.com is this big online database of a lot of different humpback whale fluke patterns. And if you submit your photo of a humpback whale fluke pattern, that's the underside again with the white and the dark, it will give you a little match, and you can find out exactly what whale you were viewing today, and it'll give you their history, where they've been spotted before, like so you'll know where they migrate down to, what other areas of Alaska they've been spotted in. This one in particular is a very prominent one, folks. It's that pretty much all white underside with the black outline and some very noticeable dots on the right fluke. So I actually recognize this whale right away. That's Domino. She is a local here in Sitka. She comes here every year with her mom and sometimes a couple calves. Or I'm sorry, one calf at a time, but she has had a couple of calves that we have spotted. It's good to see her back in these waters again, and at such a close encounter too there, folks. Right as we were coming around through these islands, she did come up right next to us. I think we both surprised each other, and what you got to see as a result of that is whale watching gold. The body movements out of the surface of the water. Those exhibits that she was putting on for us is what we call a peduncle throw. Peduncle is the large muscle along their back of their tail. They're going to throw the tail out of the water, sort of showing how big she is and how strong she is. The sound that she's making on the surface of the water to intimidate us, just in case we had any bad intentions pulling up on her that quickly. She's just giving us a little warning. But it's all good here, folks. We try to respect the whales and their peace and their space. So while we do this whale watching, we're going to keep a nice safe distance from Domino, just like we would any other humpback or marine mammal, and try not to disturb their natural behaviors.
So instead of chomping down on a fish and swallowing it whole, they have a filtration system. So it's these tiny little hairs that help them gather all of that nutrients from the water. And I do have an example here to show you how they do that, or at least give you kind of a illustration of what's going on when she's underwater feeding. So I do have a real life example. It is not dentin, that's what makes up our teeth, and it's not calcium that makes up our bones. Baleen is made of keratin, so the same thing that's in our hair, skin, and nails, that is what is in a whale's mouth. So I'm going to bring around, this is one singular baleen plate. So a humpback can have up to 400 or 500 baleen plates in their mouth. So imagine this, a lot more of them lining the tops of their mouth. So they have no bottom baleen, just tops, where these little hairs are going to hang down to be able to gather all of those fish and other things that they're looking for out here. So I'll bring this around. If anybody has any other questions, of course you'll get to feel it and then ask me anything that you would like as well. So I'll come upstairs here in a little bit when we're not going full speed out of the sound here. Outside of here, anybody else want to see or touch?
That flat top in the feet of the branches, you will notice that unmistakable bundle of sticks and twigs that is the bald eagle's nest. So we're gonna just make a quick stop here, folks, try to get a closer look and see if anybody is home.
Once again, if you're trying to find that eagle's nest at our 1 to 2 o'clock, you can see a pretty perfect view of it. If you're looking up towards the treetops, it's that big bundle of twigs up there. Now I do just want to touch on eagle mating and just how they build their nests as well. From a distance, you can't really tell how big this nest is, but we can tell it's an eagle's nest because out of all the raptors and birds of prey species, they are going to be building the most
then back to Berkshire and Southeast Alaska. Yeah. Western stump cabbage. Here, I'll show you. We can pull to the block. Check this out.
I'm bad at like telling how old people are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just don't tell them.
I can never tell.
I've had one of those IQ things, and I would like to know my emotional age.
12.
Are you 12? I am at least. I mean, no, I've made it 15. I have made it to at least 14. Guys should never ignore him. No. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. We had a couple on my last one. Okay. Brown bear.
Sorry. Ready? Jump in now.
knows all about it because she has her
Thank you.
You're not liking that? Yeah.
I don't know if I like it or I don't like it.
This is ginger.
Very good. You would. This is ginger.
No, it's not ginger.
I doubt it, but I'll let you try
It's not bad.
Is it pickle?
I can't tell.
Oh, you can tell.
No. You want just a little white?
I think that's the pickled fennel, isn't it?
It is pickled fennel?
It doesn't taste good.
It doesn't, or it's a bit spicy. Okay.
It has a big hit. Tastes like pizza to me.
Well,
Orange bean sprout.
yeah, I tried that.
You want to try this?
So you're gonna go hungry?
What is that?
Somewhere.
Because I can always go next door if I need to. That's it.
Ooh, the kimchi salty.
I booked this for you. Not for me.
Interesting texture.
I should know that.
That's probably my favorite one.
What's this one?
We've had worse. Eggplant.
Oh. You
Stuff in
probably.
Bulgaria.
What the heck,
Oh,
man?
yeah.
They're very mild.
Are you sure? That's not okra?
I like it. If you don't eat it, I'll eat it. Okay. We're good.
Whereabouts are you guys from?
We're from
England.
England, so south of England, so about 60 miles from London.
Okay. By Dover by any chance?
A bit further
South? West?
A bit further west.
Okay.
So near Brighton.
Oh, okay, nice. On the beach then still.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. How about you guys?
We're from Oklahoma. It's kind of by Texas.
Okay. How about you guys? Where are you?
From Fort St. John, British Columbia, which is basically straight east of here, about 600 miles.
Is this your first cruise?
It's our first Virgin cruise.
Yeah, it's our first Virgin cruise.
Same with us. Only our second cruise. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Our first cruise was a really bad experience.
Oh, really?
MSC?
No, it was
E&O.
E&O.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's British cruise company. So they're partly, thank you, they're partly owned by Carnival.
Oh.
So,
no? Oh,
yeah, and it was awful. So,
Thank you.
oh wow.
And where was that cruise?
so that was a Northern Europe, so it went to Germany, to Holland, Belgium, and then back to Southampton. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
we saw this deal come up.
Yeah, we really wanted to do Alaska. It's the only way to do it really is a cruise.
Oh, that's
So,
fine.
yeah.
Have a Diet Coke as well, right?
No, that's
the lady. I think.
Oh, for you, madam. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we saw this deal come up, and you know when you see something, you think that's too good to be true.
But it really
We
was.
saw it on Facebook, and we were like. So I rang them up, all fully prepared for it to be some sort of scam. Wasn't. Absolute legit. And then we got £525 worth of dollars worth of bar tab, 2 nights in Vancouver, 2 nights in Seattle, flights from the UK and back again. How much was it? That's £6,000.
And the cruise as well. What? Wow.
That's a hell of a lot we did.
Yeah, like you guys got hotels and everything.
We got screwed.
Yeah.
And we're not big drinkers either, so I mean, we're what, 4 days in, and I think we've only spent
just under $100, and that included us having
the afternoon tea. So yeah, we got a good deal.
So yeah.
Fine, can I offer number 7?
Yeah, the series as well.
You guys been to Alaska?
I have.
We drove.
We live on mile 52 of the Alaska Highway. The way I drove, we lived with really not as big as your finger. Just huge. Wow. And those really little ones.
Yeah.
You get 2 pounds of boiled shrimp for $6.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Hi guys, so we've just come back from our meal at Gumbae. That was lovely, really great experience. So 2 lovely couples, so it was really worth it. Come back to the room because I think just gonna veg out for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow's gonna be another long day, so I thought I would just come and sign off properly like I should have been doing in the first place. Sat in the hammock outside on the balcony, so we're motoring along at the moment. Skies are pretty clear, so yeah, all good. So I will see you all bright and breezy tomorrow morning for the next video, and we will go through what's happening there. So take it easy, and I will see you soon. Bye.